Hey guys, I'm here with my DVD update for March 11th, and I just want to say thanks to everyone who commented on my last video, things that are awesome, where I talked about playing with fire, and especially thanks to Gena Showalter, who actually wrote the books, who actually commented on the video, and in her words, I'm now one of her favorite people ever. So, thanks a lot to Gena. I really appreciate your support, and I really appreciate all you guys and what you had to say in that video. It really meant a lot to me that a New York Times best-selling author would honestly say I'm one of her favorite people ever. That's really awesome. Sorry, I'm getting into bragging here. I don't want to brag, so I'm just gonna get straight to the DVD update. These first two, these are DVDs I've had for a while, and I was gonna talk about them last update, but I ran out of time, so I'm gonna talk about them here. This one's Pokemon the Movie 2000. Which I said back in my Great Movies Never Seen video, there are only 4 good Pokemon movies, and this is one of them. This is the one that has Lugia, Zapdos, and Moltres and Articuno, and they have to go to all these islands to find like these glass balls, and if they don't, something really bad's gonna happen. This was definitely good. Of all Pokemon movies, I must say, as I said, there's only been 4 good ones. The first one, this, Pokemon Heroes with Latios and Latias, and the unspoken of sequel, Mewtwo's Return, which I think that went straight to DVD or video, but if you can track down Mewtwo's Return, check it out. And rest assured, if I get it, I'll talk about it on here, but this was good. This is worth checking out. This one, I think this was like Anne Hathaway's first movie. I don't know if it was her first for sure, but it was her first big one. This one really made her a star. It's The Princess Diaries. And it's from it's from Gary Marshall, who directed Valentine's Day, which I haven't seen, which Anne Hathaway was in. I have a feeling that's, she's paying him back since he gave her first big break. And this movie's about Anne Hathaway plays like this super geeky girl. You can't even recognize the star at the beginning of the movie. She's got this giant frizzy hair and those awful giant braces that, you know, look like torture devices from Saw. And anyway, like, Julie Andrews is her grandmother, and one day Julie Andrews tells her that she's a princess of this country, and so the whole movie is like her training Anne Hathaway to like act all proper like a princess and learn all that. This was a really good movie, I must say. It's not a total 100% chick flick, unlike another Anne Hathaway movie that should not be spoken of, Bride Wars. But this was good. They made a sequel to this that Captain Kirk was in, which it was alright. It is missing some of her better stuff. And I got this movie Vantage Point, which I don't know how many people have seen this. I know it didn't do the best, but I did really like this movie. It's basically about the president is assassinated, or you think he's assassinated, but you find out it was just a double. I'm not spoiling anything. They showed it in the trailers. And basically the whole movie is showing the assassination over and over again through all these different people's eyes. It was like through the news crew and one of the Secret Service agents, the president himself, through just like all these people who are somehow connected to the assassination. And then in the end you see this like omniscient perspective and you see how it all came together. This was very interesting. It was a very good movie, and it did have a lot of twists. Problem is, it's one of those watch once and throw away movies. Like once you've seen it once before, and you watch it the second time, all the twists are ruined. So, but it's still a good movie. It's still worth checking out. And I got Inglourious Bastards, which I really, really liked this movie. This was really good. I know there are some people who didn't totally like this movie, but I loved it. I mean, I was really surprised when I first saw it. I was first watching it. I didn't totally like it the first time. It's just the first scene in the barn I thought was kind of boring. Can this scene go on any longer? I mean, it did feel kind of boring to me, but the film did pick up its pace. I loved Brad Pitt in this movie. Brad Pitt was hilarious, and I love that insane accent he did. It was just amazing. And I wish I saw this movie earlier than I did, or it would have definitely made my top 10 of 2009. I remember when I was making that review, I realized I hadn't had enough movies. I was short one movie for the list, so I was just like, throw in G-Force, why not? So that's why G-Force is on the list. I know a lot of people are complaining about it, but Not that G-Force was a bad movie, it's just not, I wouldn't say top 10 material. It's just, if I could, I'd take out G-Force and put Inglourious Bastards in there. And I got Unbreakable from M. Night Shyamalan, which I really, really loved this movie. I still have not seen The Sixth Sense, and my last DVD update I said I have it, but I still haven't seen it. I think it's going to be one of those movies that's just going to sit there forever, and I'm just going to say, oh, I have The Sixth Sense, blah, blah, blah. But this I loved. This was amazing. This is one of M. Night Shyamalan's more overlooked movies. It's like Bruce Willis gets in this really bad train crash at the beginning of the movie, and he's the only survivor. He doesn't have a scratch on him. And Samuel L. Jackson notices him, and he tries to convince him that he's a superhero, and he has all these powers and stuff. And it's very, very good. And again, has a great twist ending, and I think you should definitely check this out. It's just one of M. Night Shyamalan's overlooked movies. And I got the Best Picture winner for 2009, The Hurt Locker. Which, this was another one I really, really loved. The Hurt Locker is another one of those watch once, throw away movies, because, again, once you watch it the second time, it's not as suspenseful, because you know what's coming. Like, I remember I was watching this again the other time. I don't want to spoil anything. It was just one scene. I knew what was coming, so I was like, ooh, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? That happens a lot with some movies, like horror movies, when you see it again. But this was really good. I was very impressed with this, and kind of surprised that it won Best Picture. It's just because of all the nominees, I didn't even have a guess for who was going to win Best Picture, because they were all so good. Like, I loved Inglourious Bastards, I loved Avatar, I loved this, I loved Up in the Air, and all these movies, so I do find it a little amazing that this managed to beat out the highest grossing movie of all time. I do think it's kind of good karma, since Avatar dominated the Golden Globes, Hurt Locker dominated the Oscars. I think it only makes sense. And I got a bunch of Mystery Science Theater 3000 DVDs for my birthday, because I figured I might as well check these guys out. I got this one separate DVD called The Crawling Hand. This is a horribly stupid film about this astronaut dies in space, and his body crashes on this beach, and the hand is all that's left, possesses this kid. It makes no sense whatsoever, and it's stupid. But their riff of it, I will admit, was pretty funny. I got this big box set, volume 14, which this has, let me show you, Mad Monster, Manhunt in Space, Soul Taker, which was my personal favorite. This one was hilarious. One of my absolute favorites. And Final Justice. And the problem I have with these shows, I'm gonna be narcissistic here and say I don't totally like the episodes with Joel all that much. Just because I think Joel's kind of boring, like the crawling hand and the whole opening of that episode just saying, oh boy, hey folks, I'm just really bummed I'm up here in this satellite, not on Earth. I think Joel's just too depressing. And I think the episodes with Joel the jokes aren't as often as they are in some of the later episodes, so it's like, they sort of let the movie run a lot more in the Joel episodes. I like the ones with Mike a lot better, because the jokes are very often, and that you can still enjoy the movie on its own, but and their jokes I thought were a lot more funnier. Anyway, and this I've been waiting to get forever. It's just everywhere I saw it was like 60, 70, 80 bucks, and I found this on Amazon for 30 bucks. Which was an amazing deal, I must say. And I got it delivered in 2 days, which was such a good deal. And I think I've talked about the show a little bit before, but I figured I might as well talk about it here. I got the complete first season of Fringe on Blu-ray. I gotta admit, I really don't like this lenticular cover. It's just I don't know how you'll see it at home, but I think this one with the 3 faces, just half a face, is, in my opinion, it's the cheapest cover in the world. Like, anyone could do that with Photoshop. It's like they didn't have a better cover, so just got 2 guys put their faces on there. I like the one with the frog on the cover a lot better. I wish that was the official cover, but if you slide it out, it's got another cover on it, which I think this one's pretty cool. Got them in the back, and the discs are pretty cool. It's got all the glyphs on it. This one has the frog, the leaf, the seahorse, butterfly, and the flower. So, and this, I was very, very, very impressed with this set. This was very well laid out, and this had some very good features. They put a lot of effort into this thing. It's got like all these features, and every episode has this little mini feature talking about how they did a specific scene, and it has some commentaries on some of them. And the show, it looks amazing on Blu-ray, I must say. This is one of those made-for HD shows. It just looks so good. And I don't know what to say. It's a very cool show, and you should check it out. So that was my big update from March 11th, and I want to say thanks to Gena Showalter and everyone who commented on my last video. Really, thanks for your support. It's very inspired me a lot for going forward and making new videos. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Frenzy227 is out.